2, 1.
I don't care who you are. I still love that intro.
It's a good one.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we are Jabronis United. I am your host, the real deal, Ryan O'Regan. With me up top is the sniper, Kyle Krieger. And what was it that we agreed on for Davion?
You're gonna name me Major Day. I don't miss.
No, I don't think that was it. No.
No, that's what everybody gonna call me from now on. Major Day, I don't miss.
That's a lot, though. We gotta come up with something smaller.
Major Day, just Major Day, and quotation. I don't
Major
miss.
Day. That works.
Right.
I dig it.
What about how about Monday? Because nobody likes Monday.
Major Day, I don't miss.
Monday.
No, Major Day. On the comments below, what do y'all prefer? Major Day or Monday? But I prefer Major Day. I don't miss.
I mean, we could go Wednesday, since it is Wednesday that we do this broadcast, just to be more fair.
Major Day, I don't miss.
No one's gonna say all that.
No, you just say Major Day.
How about no?
How about yeah? It's my name.
Folks, if you have a nickname for Davion, please mention it in the comments, whether you're doing it live or later on. But anyway.
Day the way.
All Day's ego aside. We are here once again talking about all things wrestling. Obviously, we will be getting into AEW Dynamite results after the 10 o'clock hour hits, but up until then, we do have a discussion to have for the first half hour. And that discussion is this. Now, I wanted to bring up the idea of curses. Wrestlers are a superstitious lot, much like the criminals of Gotham City. And I think in recent events, we've seen maybe a couple of elements of things being cursed to the wrestlers. Now, what a curse to a wrestler means is something's bad luck, something gets you injured, something makes you retire. It could be a title that maybe the recipients of it doesn't have a great future. It could be a particular wrestling move that goes ahead and maybe disables a person. It could just simply be a family lineage, a run of bad luck, whatever it may be. There are definitely a few that have happened in WWE alone that I'd want to go ahead and touch on. But before I get into that, guys, do you have any off your own head that you want to go ahead and mention?
We are, like, I was going to bring up the fact that, there was a article about Big E and the doctors making a report that that they suggested that he should not wrestle again. Yeah.
Right.
And that makes me very, very sad because he is.
And unfortunately, we did talk about that, I'd say, last week when we had our should they retire thing. The thing with that is, if it was a move that, let's say, was common to hurt people, I would agree, that's maybe a cursed move. But, I mean, this was more of like a freak accident where it was just a standard overhead, belly-to-belly drop. Like, under normal circumstances, should not happen to anybody. It's not like the old-school pile driver that, like, say, took out Stone Cold Steve Austin or any of that. The sit-out type. But, what happened with Day, and it is unfortunate. However, I would say it's probably more into his benefit, because how often have we seen people who have been given that, quote-unquote death sentence and have come back from it? We saw it with Daniel Bryan. We saw it with Edge. We saw it with Raya. There was very much hope that eventually Big E could return to the ring one day. So even though he's being maybe put on the commentary desk for right now, there is just as much possibility that maybe in like 3 or 4 years we could see him back. We already saw the New Day come back. Xavier and Kofi, they came back this past Monday. They looked great.
Absolutely.
So I still have hope. I'm not saying that's like a foregone conclusion.
Exactly. And everybody, like I said, that's just the doctors making their observation. Doesn't necessarily mean it's accurate. There's been moments where people did things and proved the doctors wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Like you had people that had cancer, you had people that was diagnosed with stuff, and still find a way to prove the doctors wrong. So in Big E's case, there is a big chance that he can prove the doctors wrong.
Quite possibly, Big E could be the big exception.
Mm-hmm.
So everyone, fingers crossed on that.
And prayers.
Yes. Now, all that aside, let's talk about some people that have no prayers whatsoever. And the first, I almost hate to bring up this first item, but I feel like it has to be mentioned. Simply because we have seen in recent years this particular wrestling item be almost more of a kiss of death for people rather than what would be a crowning achievement.
Right.
And that is the Money in the Bank briefcase. Yes, Day.
I can't really say this is like a curse because it had its perks and it had its moments. Like it had positive and negative. So I can't really say it's a curse too much. It's just all about how the creative team executed. I don't think this is a curse.
Well, is it the creative team that's also like it's also partially Vince deciding who gets the win and who doesn't?
Right.
And I'd say if Vince is having that much control over your career, you are cursed. Like the minute Vince etches out something for you, I don't think it's a good time.
You're gonna have a bad time.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
It's not going to be fun.
But in other occasions, there's people that had won the Money in the Bank and they still relevant.
Right. No, I mean, I'm not saying every single thing that's a cursed item is cursed to everybody that gets it, but I would say for the last few years, the Money in the Bank has not been the shining example of prominence that it once was.
No, it probably because it feels like when they give it to someone, they either have a plan for them, but then the plan changes, and then they are like, we don't know what to do with this guy anymore. Even though he still has money in the bank, so we're just gonna take it off of him by having him fail a cash in, like we saw with say like Damian Sandow or something like that.
Ooh.
That was the worst decision ever.
That one hurt.
I felt bad for Sandow on that one.
Oh,
Yeah, I really did. No, I absolutely did.
Because
He did
I
not
was
recover.
thinking he was the perfect candidate to win the Money in the Bank and the perfect candidate to basically execute a WWE title win
Absolutely.
with the
Absolutely.
briefcase.
Mm-hmm.
There was people that won the briefcase where you're like, yeah, just let them lose. Like John Cena. Did he really need the Money in the Bank?
Well,
to beat up John Cena.
Just to give you guys some idea of where I'm talking with this, let me switch over to this tab because this actually shows some prominent winners of the Money in the Bank briefcase and where they've gone since.
Okay.
So, back in 2023, obviously we have Damian Priest as the winner, who in storyline they have been saying that the briefcase is pretty much what's pulling apart the Judgment Day between Damian Priest and Finn Balor.
Right.
Now,
that the bad booking is pulling that one right now.
Yeah.
Right, but whether or not it could be the catalyst, as J.D. McDonough has put in place, we have remained to see. And same thing with Io Sky. I mean, Io Sky just won the women's
Mhm.
championship from Bianca Belair back at SummerSlam. We don't know what the ramifications of this win is.
I hope it's a
Hopefully
good
nothing
one.
happens.
I
But
hope it's a good one.
Yeah.
just to take it back a second, when we look at last year's, back in 2022, the women's winner, Liv Morgan.
Which was a good run. I ain't gonna lie, for her to win the Money in the Bank and then capitalize and win the title, which
Mhm.
makes sense.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, because she's gonna be the golden goose or the golden egg.
Yep.
Yeah, and that hasn't happened so much.
No, it did.
Her title run,
It wasn't. No, it was not what it should have been, but it was just enough to make some of the fans satisfied.
it was like, what, less than 2 months?
But still, it was just enough for some of her fans to be satisfied.
And then she gets knocked out of the singles picture and then put back into the women's tag team division, which we'll get to that.
Yeah.
And then on the men's end, you have Theory.
Don't get me started. I don't even know why they gave this boy the title. I mean,
Yeah.
briefcase.
Now,
I don't
Theory
know
winning
why.
his Harry's cashed in. Unsuccessful in his attempt to cash in on Seth Rollins for the United States Championship.
United
November.
States.
Which it made no sense why you gave him the briefcase in the first place. It made no sense. Out of all the competitors, matter of fact, bring it up. Bring it up. Right? I mean, Ryan,
What?
bring it up to all the competitors that competed.
Oh, that's what you meant.
Okay, so you had Seth Rollins, Riddle, Omis, Drew McIntyre, Sheamus, Madcap Moss, and Sami Zayn.
And I would dare say Theory's run with the title, since he still has it,
Yeah,
was largely gone unnoticed. I mean, he's done nothing as far as bringing that championship to any kind of like prominence as, say, like Gunther with the Intercontinental.
yes.
But the other thing is, he cashed it in on the U.S. title.
And failed.
Yeah.
That already shows you. Now, obviously, there was the issue between, oh, this is Vince's guy, and then Triple H got a hold of him, so obviously some things were going to be different. But you have to say that maybe this experiment with Austin Theory is a bit of a failure.
It was.
I agree.
It was.
It's like, I know a lot of people like him. I just don't see it.
Nothing. I don't see nothing either. It just seems like a
Now,
Sorry.
Just to press this point out even more, let's go back to the year before that, 2021. The women's winner, Nikki ASH.
That was entertaining. I kind of like that.
It
that
was
an entertaining move. That was an entertainment move. I kind of like that.
The fact that she used it on Charlotte Flair.
It was entertaining, and I loved it because it was smart. And then not only that, she was that underdog character that nobody expect to win.
And it took the title off of same old Charlotte.
Yeah.
Okay, but there's also the claim to be made that what they've done with Nikki since, despite losing the title, but the fact that she was the last 24/7 championship, couldn't even get it in the trash can. And now they've done like nothing with her because they were doing this her crazed for Candice LeRae's storyline, and they've dropped that.
During SummerSlam, apparently she was in Philly at a few bars.
Good for her. I would be drinking too if this is what they did to me.
Yeah, she was down in Philly.
Holy crap.
Yeah.
And I almost hate to mention this, but if we go to the men's, it was Big E.
That one, that
was well deserved. No, it was well deserved.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, but again, looking at when he used it and what's happened since,
and he beat Bobby Lashley, and then he just didn't get much else after it.
But do you really blame the wrestler, or do you blame creative?
I say
both. I blame creative more than Big E.
Correct.
You can only do so much if. Well, it depends on how much of basically how much rope they give you, how much freedom they give you in the character. Because sometimes,
right, but I'm not saying
creative
I'm
gets that.
Big E. I'm
Well,
saying
I know.
I'm blaming the briefcase.
Yeah. Oh
Yeah.
yeah. Well,
But the
I'm
brief-
blaming creative, but
I'm blaming creative too, because if you really think about it, like,
nah, they booked him horribly.
whoa,
Okay.
Like he could have been booked as a true powerhouse, and no, they just kept booking him to lose with
right,
the title. They
Right,
did the
but
same
that's the
thing with
thing.
Kofi
If they
Kingston.
had gone a different way of giving him the championship rather than using the briefcase, it may have worked out better. Hindsight is 2020, yes, but
Hmm.
you have to think that because it's a briefcase-oriented championship, it was like cursed to begin with.
Mm,
And I will take it a step further now. Back to 2020, start of the pandemic. Now, Asuka won the championship down that one. She won the Money in the Bank.
mm-hmm.
She didn't even have to use it because it basically was given to her because Becky Lynch was pregnant.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
And she
so
just
yeah,
got the
so they
title.
just gave it right to the Money in the Bank winner.
right.
Which, you know
But
what?
I
That's
did
fine.
I did like the surprise though,
Yeah.
because it was just unnoticed. Because when we saw Becky on the stage, like we were thinking, okay, and she was like, "Open the briefcase," and Asuka opened the briefcase. She's like,
Yes, it was.
it was like, holy snap!
Maybe a little too wild in some.
Surprise!
Yes,
And you get a title, and you get a title, and you get a title.
Oh,
Everyone
wait,
gets the Women's World Championship.
wait. It gets worse. Because as much as we want to say something about like the women's championship and the women's title that
here's the
Asuka
thing:
had,
Asuka is really good.
yes.
And her
Although
with the
I would
title
say
works.
she kind of got screwed with this current championship that she had. I think she should have had it for
Yeah,
longer.
that was a placeholder title.
But then there's the men's winner from 2020.
Otis.
That dude lost everything after he got that briefcase. He lost his tag partner. He lost his Mandy. He ended up losing his beard. Like,
yep,
dude.
See, and when he won it, we all was like, "Oh snap, Otis! Otis won the biggest man!" It was just,
yeah, like the perfect sphere. I do agree she was definitely better than NXT, but it's like you're basically going from an A+ to an A in terms of power or in terms of awesomeness. Like, I may be a little bit biased. I am a huge Asuka fan,
dude.
So I am fine with her either way.
Chef's kiss. All right, I love that version of Otis. We may never see that. They've slowly transitioned him back a little bit. He's like a little bit more fully functioning in the brain, but I still love that version of Otis. And they just what they did to my boy. They took away Mandy from him.
Oh yeah.
Damn.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Look, I'm just saying.
Yeah,
the Money in the Bank briefcase is not the end all be all that it was first made out to be.
Yeah.
I mean, you can say yes, some people eventually lose with it, but now
it was a be all end all for a while though.
Yes.
And then Alberto Del Rio got it.
Yeah.
Was he the first failure?
No.
Was it Alberto? I don't know.
The first loser,
or was it Sandow?
It might have been Sandow, to be honest. Hold on. Let's look at some other people that have won this thing. Brock Lesnar and Bayley back in 2019. There's no way they're losing.
Yeah, no, I remember. Yeah.
Alexa Bliss and Braun Strowman in 2018.
Love you, Monster.
Baron Corbin and Carmella in 2017. Ooh. Oh, well, yeah, no. The Carmella thing with freaking Chinless. What's his face?
Enzo? No.
No, not Enzo.
No. The other guy with no chin.
Well, no. Enzo had a chin.
Oh my god, poor man.
Enzo had a chin and a lower rope concussion.
Yeah, Sheamus, Seth Rollins, Randy Orton. There were a lot of people up until like the late late teens, early 2000s, where you could really see people utilizing this.
John Cena was the first, which I was about
Yes. Oh yeah, there we go. I think I see it. Okay.
Oh,
Yeah,
man.
it was James Ellsworth.
James Ellsworth.
Oh, Ellsworth. Man, screw Ellsworth.
Yep. The
But yeah.
chinless wonder.
But the first loser of the Money in the Bank
Mhm.
was John Cena.
Oh, and of course, let's throw
Really?
this out there. Shout out to the sniper.
Love you, her monster. You're awesome, dude.
Thank you, Herman. Thank you for
Thank
coming.
you.
Her monster. Yep. Yeah.
James
Yeah.
Ellsworth.
No, we don't talk about James Ellsworth anymore. All right.
No,
So
he did his thing, collected his big checks because he was in a lot of storylines.
Whoa.
all right. Now,
For better or for worse.
gentlemen, moving on from the Money in the Bank, we go into titles. Now, there have been quite a few titles over the years of wrestling that have been a little controversial. I would say things like the WWE's European title, the Cruiserweight,
John Cena. Wow.
the Spinner title. I mean, if you want to bring that up.
Wait. Can I pause right there?
Yeah.
The title is a classic.
It is dated.
It was hot. At the time, it was fire.
At the time, which was like 6 months. After that, no.
It wasn't 6 months.
After that, you change it. But this title, I dare say, is probably causing more injuries than anything else out there. The Women's Tag Team Championship. Now here's the thing. The NXT tag belts, not so much. I would say there's hits and misses. I would even dare say the women's NXT tag belts were far superior. Because you actually had real tag teams down there working with it. Whether it was, Alba Fire and Isla Dawn who got brought up with them. Whether it was Toxic Attraction. Back when they had the belts, they were dominant with them.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
I would say the women's tag in NXT were much better. But then, God help them, they brought up the NXT tag belts, combined it with the women's tag belts.
Yep.
And ever since then, well, even before then, but ever since then, Alba Fire and Isla Dawn, you don't see them. And they're one of the legitimate tag teams that you could see in WWE. Not this two singles competitors thrown together for the hell of it sort of thing, like Vince likes to do.
What you're right. And I have to agree with Ryan on this. When WWE created these belts, it was just a secondary title for those women that didn't get the actual women's belt, so they could feel relevant. Compared to the NXT women's title, those were belts that you actually had to have tag team chemistry.
And the thing is, it was easy to have tag teams down in NXT because that was developmental. So if there was ever a time that you were going to get some sort of synergy or some sort of camaraderie between two people together, you're going to do it while everyone is still honing their craft. You're going to build that up naturally.
Right.
Taking case Casey Catazano and what's the other one? Chance. No. No. They changed her name to Katana Chance.
The girl from American Ninja.
Yeah. What's the other one's name with her?
Casey Catanzaro?
Yeah.
She's Katana Chance.
Well, no, yeah. They changed her name. But who was the other one with her?
Kate and Carter.
Yeah, Kate and Carter. Okay.
Carter.
Those two, for as long as I can remember, have tagged together.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I've ever seen Catanzano or Chance, whatever you want to call her now. I don't think I ever saw her in a singles match that didn't have Kaden in the corner. That's a real tag team.
Mm-hmm.
Now, on the other hand, let us look at a couple of the tag teams that have happened in WWE for the Women's Tag Team Championship. Kyle, I believe you gave this to me, and I think it's very telling.
Yeah, I saw that. I saw that shared on social media, and I thought it was like, you know what, this makes sense.
So we're going to start with the ladies down below in that blue background.
Yep.
Okay,
Yeah,
yes. Let's just say it all starts with these ladies here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it got
With
cursed
Sasha
because it
Banks
basically
and
was stripped
Naomi
of
at
them.
the time. Last year, going ahead and relinquishing the tag belts because they felt like they weren't being properly utilized. And rightfully so.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, say what you will about Naomi being a mid-card talent in the women's division, but Sasha Banks being a multi-time women's champion, now her time with the tag belts, not with Bayley, but now with Naomi, and they're being relegated to obscurity.
Yeah. And
All the more
it's
reason I'm happy that they left.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
But
No,
that
they
started
did.
like a real cycle of things that I don't know. Well, let's just go to some of the other people here, if we may. Now we did get Becky Lynch and Lita. They had the belts, and then Lita got injured, which forced Trish Stratus to take place, and Trish cost Becky the tag belts, leading to their current feud.
Like I'm looking at chat right now, and there's some. Yeah, no, Jeff's making some good ones about the straight up NXT tag belts. Yeah.
Well, okay. Here's the thing. Now, I see what he's saying about the NXT tag belts, but here's the thing. They were fine while they were in NXT.
Right.
It's only when they got brought up to the main roster that things went awry.
So
but
then,
as long as they used them in the brand that they were utilized for, they were golden.
Right.
So then you could say the call up is the curse.
No, not necessarily.
Yeah, you could say that.
Well,
I mean,
it's because you're going from Triple H's writing, or at that time,
Correct.
you're going from Triple H's writing team to Vince's writing team, and yep.
I mean, I think it says without a doubt that, yeah, it's Vince's fault. I'd say the NXT call-up,
It's Vince and Pritchard's fault,
has been more hit and miss than, actually bringing up talent. The bring up itself is a problem, but I would say in recent years it's gotten a little better.
Yeah,
a little better.
Well, reasons, but yeah.
Yes,
well, it's because Vince.
It's all bureaucratic. Yes.
Yeah, well, it's because Triple H had more control as time went on for a while, and then past few months it's been all bleh.
Right.
But yeah, no. Previously, it's like you dreaded. It's
I'm
like
just,
you wanted them to.
that
It's like you wanted them to get called up, but you dreaded them getting called up because you knew that once they got called up, everything about them will change.
Yeah, not everything
because
has
God
turned into
forbid
the
they
success
keep
story
things
that say
going.
like Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn have.
Right.
Kevin Owens' character is literally just Kevin Owens.
Right.
Same thing with Sami Zayn, with like slight modifications here or there.
Without the face mask.
Yeah. Hey,
and he stopped doing the dancing. I missed the dancing.
El Generico is long gone, but
I'm saying back when he was just original Sami Zayn. With cap on and just like really hoofing it with the
where he became a deranged director.
Looking like he was a bushwhacker, just getting into it. I love that.
It's like he was from Cuba. He had the hat and everything.
But okay, just going back to these tag belts here.
Mm-hmm.
Then we have the reigns here of Ronda and Shayna, which to an extent seemed like a good working tag team.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
But again, Shayna cost them the belts, and now Ronda's out, possibly not to come back for quite some time.
Mm-hmm.
Which I think is a good thing maybe for Shayna, but you are losing a name-worthy talent in Ronda Rousey. For a larker or a hater, she does bring in talent, like money, just because of who she is.
Mm-hmm.
Originally, yes. Not
and then obviously you have
not with the latest one. The latest few months, I don't think she was bringing in as much money as people thought she was.
maybe not, but it was still
She
enough
was
of a
still
draw.
a draw. She was still a draw.
Yeah,
Okay.
more so than Shayna Baszler, unfortunately.
Yes, unfortunately. Even though Baszler is head and shoulders more talented than Rousey in
Right,
terms
and
of
then
her
of course,
wrestling.
speaking as to what I said before, after Liz lost her championship, and
Mhm.
ironically, again feuding with Rousey over there, she gets put in the tag with Raquel Rodriguez. Liz gets injured again. And then she had to come out of the tag belt section. Raquel recruited Shotzi, and they lost the belt.
Right.
Well, it's because that was a slap together tag team, and they're like, so
Right.
they threw it to another slap together tag.
But then
But
Liz came back.
yeah,
They got the belts back.
then she gets hurt again.
Yes.
But
and then Raquel apparently gets injured too.
But the question is it the belt's curse, or is it the fact that Liv herself is not durable?
Bring that back down. Bring that back down.
Yeah. Sonya torn ACL.
Why does
that was rough?
And I'm gonna basically throw this out. Why does Liv feels like the Shawn Michaels, and Raquel Gonzalez feels like the Diesel character?
Could be. I could see it.
Kevin Nash.
But then then we get to the most recent champions,
that's
Sonya Deville and Chelsea Green, which looked like they were going to be a decent tag team.
Yeah.
Because they both like to complain, which, I think someone was nicknaming them the Karens.
Oh.
Which,
yeah,
I wasn't going to be mad about it.
Wait.
Well, if you're gonna have that, you need to have the manager being Vicky Guerrero.
Wait. Wakanda forever.
Dang, I swear to God. But yeah, then.
By the way, chat, we're still looking for a nickname for Day.
Yeah.
It's like whether these are teams that are meant to be together or teams that are slapdash together, there has not been a legitimate women's tag team champions since Sasha and Bailey during the pandemic era.
Yeah. But here's the thing: it's like you could really get another good run with Bailey Bailey and Dakota Kai when Dakota Kai gets healthy again.
Same thing with Bailey.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's like they're hurt now, but when they become healthy again, they absolutely could be getting the belts, because you have Io Shirai with the women's title right now, which is awesome.
And hopefully not cursed because she used the Money in the Bank briefcase. You see how it all comes back around?
It's just one. It's like Danhausen is there just cursing everyone.
There's a web, man. There's a web, and if you sit on the wrong strand, the spider gonna bait you. I dare say, I think it all started because they got rid of the Iconics, which were the only true women's tag team that you had on the roster.
That was a fun tag team.
It was.
Iconics.
I loved Iconics, man.
I love they pose.
Something about Billy Kay is just wonderful.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, Peyton Royce, both of them, they look wonderful.
Oh,
they're unfortunately both married to great gentlemen, so that's hurtful for me. But
well,
speaking
of the babies.
Speaking of, now we have Rhea Ripley off. Like,
she's out of there.
Oh, Dom looks different outside the ring. Yep. Yeah, Kairi Sane and Io Shirai were tag champions.
Yeah, but
I thought they had a great. Exactly. They have a history from Japan, but here's the question.
And Kairi Sane is supposed to be coming back.
Yep. Yeah, that could be something.
I think she's going to be coming back to help Asuka.
Yes. But here's the thing: it's like, they have a history in Japan, but the question is, would they acknowledge that in WWE writing? The answer is no.
No,
because God forbid they acknowledge anything outside of their little creative bubble.
They need to change the Kabuki Warriors to something else.
Yeah, I don't know if Kabuki Warriors is going to really fly as far as
Would
the
you
name
prefer the
goes.
Kabuki experience?
No,
No.
just take the Kabuki out. How about that? Just like they took the F out, take the Kabuki out.
The
So
Warriors,
the
the
Pirate Warriors?
experience.
I mean, I
No,
think you could do Pirate Warriors.
Yar.
no, but then you got the Empress of Tomorrow, and you got
Pirate Empress, the Empress of the Seas. They could go with a full One Piece gimmick going.
I'm sorry, I have to throw up the ha-ha on this one. It's like, god damn. just in
Dang.
time for the live-action Netflix show.
Yep.
Let's hope and pray that does good.
I mean, if that means
Netflix needed
Kyrie Sane's going to come out in like a Straw Hat Luffy outfit, I'm for that.
all of us is.
Oh yeah, that would be great.
But then Asuka has to come
She's the
out
queen
as
of the
Zoro.
pirates.
Asuka has to come out as Zoro.
She's I'm sure Asuka can pull off a One Piece character, for sure. And I'm sure she probably already has the outfit.
So, by the way, it is the
It's past 10:00.
10 o'clock hour now. So, do we have any information coming from the world of AEW?
And I will.
Well, looking at the results, we had a few good matches tonight. It led off with basically like promo with a couple promos with Daniel Garcia, Chris Jericho Appreciation Society. So it's intro video.
Yeah, they were supposed to be.
They're in the ring. Jericho gets on the mic, and now everyone and throughout it all, everyone knows that Daniel Garcia does not appreciate Jericho. So, yep.
So they went back to the Daniel Garcia defecting thing.
Yeah, like Jake Hager. Yeah, and so it's like, yep, yeah, it's pretty much Jericho Appreciation Society is crumbling. Then you got Jay and Tay Mello, or Anna Jay and Tay Mello involved. It was kind of somewhat hard to follow. So Jericho just did his thing. Then you had our first match was Hardy Boys versus Young Bucks. Young Bucks pulled out the victory with in a pretty decent finish. It was a lot of back and forth, like a lot of counters, super kicks, attempt like swanton bombs. It was a scramble for a finish, and Young Bucks win with BTE trigger on Matt Hardy. Then afterwards, Young Bucks call out FTR, so we're probably going to get that at All In. So and I believe FTR. Now that I think about it, yep, FTR said, can't talk right now.
Take your time.
Young Bucks basically said All In. FTR held the tag team titles up, and the match is made. So we're going to get FTR versus the Young Bucks at All In, which should be a good match. After that, we had Blackpool promo for the later match.
Mm-hmm.
We got after that Jack Perry versus RVD for the FTW Championship. Match was all right, pretty straightforward. Jack Perry wins with a schoolboy. Yep.
Not sure how I feel about that.
And then Jericho and the Jericho Association. I think they're what? I think Garcia left.
Yeah. Yep. Let's see. Then you got a couple more promos. Adam Cole and MJF get on the mic for a bit, which is always I think is entertaining.
Oh, I see this.
He had a "May God strike me down if he's lying" moment, and God does not in fact strike MJF down. So then Cole says he's going to beat him for his title, and then they have a promo battle, which was entertaining enough, I guess. Like they both are good on the mic, so it was an entertaining promo. So I will give them that for sure.
But then Roddy came out.
Yep, Roddy came out yelling for Adam Cole. Adam Strong says that he's not a bland bitch. So that was funny. So Cole and so and then he's like, the Kingdom was never really Roddy's friend, and then the Kingdom come to the stage to embrace Roddy. Or bleh. Say they Roderick Strong said that the Kingdom was right about Adam Cole, and that Cole was never really Roddy's friend. Then Roderick
And then he
Strong,
brings out the Kingdom to
yep,
go.
and then they all hug, and then they go away. MJF talks trash, and
I mean,
yeah.
Roddy using the Kingdom. I don't know, man. That's
It's
and I
almost kind of
called it.
heelish.
Am I calling this? Do y'all see what I'm talking about? I see what's gonna happen. I have a feeling that it's not gonna be MJF screwing Adam Cole or Adam Cole screwing MJF. It's gonna be Roddy screwing both of them.
It's quite
Oh
possible.
well, he's against them, so maybe we'll see. We shall see. So I'm looking forward to the match.
Yeah, we all are.
Yep. And up next we had Blackpool Combat Club versus the Lucha Brothers,
Lucha
and
Brothers, yes.
yeah, Lucha Brothers. Very good match. Definitely watch replays if you can, because it's hard to not have a good match with Castagnoli in it right now, because he is putting on some good matches. So yep, yeah, the interference with Wheeler Yuta, Alex Abra. I can never pronounce the guy's name.
Which
Alex
one?
Abrahantes, I think it is. Yeah, and then Ray Phoenix takes him out with a moonsault. John Moxley thinks fast, and John Moxley wins with a schoolboy with a handful of tights.
Wow.
I love that Kyle just throws out the terminology like it's nobody's business. It's like
Right. Because he's a play-by-play announcer.
he is our AEW guy. He
You
is
should,
Dynamite.
No, he's the
you should
announcer.
hear me do play-by-play for Rocket League.
But a couple of other highlights I just want to look at real quick. AR Fox calling out Darby Allin.
Mm-hmm.
So they're really pushing that whole feud between those two. And I kind of like that because
I love
with AR
Fox.
Fox
He's awesome.
doing things, it's like it's giving more credence to Swerve and the moguls and everything, which
Absolutely.
I would say up until now really haven't been getting too much attention because the feud that Swerve was having with Keith Lee, it wasn't going anywhere.
Unfortunately, no. Like I really was hoping Keith Lee would be getting better,
Yeah.
but it's like he's starting to feel like kind of like the Big Show. It's like he
Oh, don't
feels
say that. No.
it's like he's just being used as a big guy, unfortunately, even though he could be so much more.
Right.
Yes, he can do so much. Don't relegate him to just being like,
It's like with all the bookings, I understand that some people have to be kind of left off to the side.
Right.
But they really shouldn't be doing that with him, just like they really shouldn't be doing that with Miro.
Right.
Miro,
But
they're
they're
at
kind
least
of leaving them off
utilizing Miro to an extent with like, just showcasing him.
Yeah, but it's like get him into some storylines, get him into some matches, because both of them can put on some phenomenal matches. But it's like I understand, yeah, they're not really in storylines right now, but they really should be.
Right, which for Miro is a good thing, so this way he can just run his paces. Because he's been out for quite some time, so it's just a matter of getting the audience relegated to him again.
But the thing is that they need to be on TV to do that. They need to be
That's what's that is
on these shows to do that. Like they need to be on Dynamite, and not the other ones. They need to have them on their
Well, you're talking about,
on their main shows.
I mean, Collision, I think, is still a good side.
Oh, it is. Oh, it absolutely is.
Rampage, no.
Yeah. It's like, but then again, they also need to boost all three shows somehow. So it's like you can't. It's like there are people that need to be relegated to that shouldn't be relegated to the unfortunately lesser shows. Honestly, I wish that I wish that they still had AEW Dark going on, because commentary was fantastic. But yeah, but still, I like what they're doing with AR Fox. I hope that they keep pushing him a bit more, because if he gets pushed, then it lifts up everyone else around everyone else with them. And Darby Allin's already pretty high up, so an AR Fox win against Darby Allin would be good, I think.
I could say that. I could
Yeah.
see that.
Yeah.
Now, one other thing that I want to make mention of. It looks like they are going to have a fatal four-way at All In for the women's title.
Okay, so who is it?
Oh.
Yeah, it was just announced this tonight. First and foremost, that Tony Storm is going to be a part of it, and that she's pretty much being given a bye, so she
Oh.
doesn't have to compete in the tournament. She's just automatically one of the four.
I guess because she is the previous title holder, so
Yeah.
they'll give the like she gets in because that's the rematch clause,
Right.
and if that's still a thing. But yeah, but the show ended with Anna Jay versus Hikaru Shida. This one was pretty much, you knew what was gonna happen.
Well,
At
yeah,
the
you
end.
had enough of the society in play to
Mhm.
muck things up.
Yeah, but well, no, more Shida won by pinfall.
Right, but it's not like Anna Jay was just out there by herself.
Yeah. Hmm.
I mean, obviously, Ty Conti can't be out there with her because she's
Hmm.
pregnant, but she definitely had,
Pinfall with katana.
yeah. But it does bring up the question: how is it that they're mentioning Tony Storm getting a bye and not necessarily Sheeta getting the bye? Is it possible that Sheeta could lose the belt before All In?
Possibly.
It wouldn't be right.
It would be a mistake if they took the belt off of her before All In, but she'll be involved with the match somehow.
Right,
She'll
because I
probably
think that
get
would be more of a guarantee.
either that, or they're just not revealing it because it's like, ooh, we got to keep the mystery. Who's going to be the title holder? But
Well, there's
even
also
if Sheeta ends up losing it for whatever reason, then she would get the rematch clause and be in.
right.
So
That's a possibility.
Sheeta's going to be involved with it somehow,
Right.
or it's going to be a four-way for the number one contender, even though probably not. It's going to be for the title itself, but yeah,
No, it's definitely not for the contender. It's for the belt itself, it says.
exactly. So it's like,
But then, if
nah,
Tony Storm is in it, does that mean
yeah.
Saraya isn't going to be in it?
Is Saraya even cleared?
I don't think yet. No.
Yeah, that's so. I don't think so.
I think that was the
Saraya is
discussion
gonna
last
be.
time where I
Yeah,
was
that
like,
was
Yeah.
because I
it'd
brought
be
it
great
up.
to have her there,
Yeah.
but I don't see her competing. It's probably too soon.
Okay.
It would be a
Yeah.
massive pop, yes.
So
But
it's so she'll get involved somehow, but not be one of the competitors.
oh yeah,
The,
no, I mean, as
so
long as one of
it's
the
yeah.
outcasts is in.
Yeah, it's gonna be Sheeta. It's gonna be Tony Storm. Sheeta's gonna be basically there because she's the title holder, and then so they'll probably have one of those spots be a fill-in for
I
like
already
either a
know
fan
who's
favorite or
the other
something like
two.
that,
I already know.
or they'll have someone return.
But these are my two picks that's going to be.
Maybe Jade Cargill will get involved.
Ooh.
I mean, that's a possibility. I mean,
It is all in after all.
I would think that the TBS title is going to also be defended at All In.
Mm-hmm.
They haven't
We'll
made
see.
any mention of who Chris Statlander is going to go up against. One would
So-
think maybe Jade Cargill for that, so this way she gets her belt back. But if she wants to go ahead and move on from that title, I think she had to
Dr. Britt Baker might be another person in it.
Oh yeah, no, Britt, sure.
Well, let's
Tay
try
Conti.
to go for the women's title. I think it's time. Don't give her the TBS title. I think the main female roster title makes more sense.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I think that Cargill might get involved with the title, with the main title itself. So they'll probably pop in 3 people and then be like the fourth one being a surprise mystery person, because that seems to be like what they like to do. And then
you know who I would
it'll
love
be
to see in
Cargill's
there?
music popping out.
Julia Hart.
Okay.
The fact that the House of Black has the trios titles. Give a title to Julia. Right now, she is basically on an undefeated streak for 2023.
Or
let's pump her up a little bit more now.
Or there's been rumors that a certain person is supposed to make an AEW appearance.
I was just thinking maybe Sasha Banks.
Thanks. That's what I was
Mercedes
thinking.
Monet.
Yeah, Mercedes
Hey,
Monet.
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 Mercedes Monet.
Monet.
Mercedes money.
You have to
Money,
say it
count
like
the money.
Monet.
And she's going to be in New York Comic Con.
Monet.
Look, if she does show up at All In Wembley Stadium for her first match in AEW, I don't know if she automatically wins or not.
Well,
You don't set something up like that for someone to lose.
Right.
well, you would if you were WWE creative, but
Yes, but we're better than this. We're better.
we hope to be
Monet.
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 That's me.
It's only 4 letters for her name.
Yeah, not the T. It's Monet.
Yeah, you have to have a little thing over the E, I think.
Yeah. Like
Well,
originally.
I can't write that, so yeah.
Technically, that's how my name is spelled.
So you're Davione?
Davion.
Davion.
Yeah.
Davione.
Davion.
Davion.
Go down to New Orleans, get some crawdads.
No.
Davion.
All right, Gilbert.
Bitch, like Davion.
C'est la vie, mon ami.
just you just like Ray from Princess and the Frog. Light up that butt.
All right.
Light up that pussy.
You know, shut up. All right, so
Well, that's the full results of AEW.
okay. And
She gets the win.
We're waiting for y'all to give me a wrestler.
Yes, I have yet to see any nicknames in the chat, so
I say Major Day.
Still waiting.
Major Day.
I don't had a lot of conversation too. I'm surprised we didn't see any nicknames pop up yet.
Yeah.
Well,
we'll see.
If nobody picks a name for me, I'm going with Major Day.
You'll default to the default Davion the default.
No.
Default Day. Yes.
No.
Default Davion.
No.
Default.
Major Day. Major
Default Davion.
Major Day.
Major Day.
Major Benson Winifred Day.
No, just Major Day. Just straight up Major Day.
Pain.
How about like Flag Day? Or like
Labor Day.
Memorial Day. Arbor Day. Smoking them trees.
No, Major Day.
Major
Day, man.
End of day. And your finisher is the end of days.
No, and my finisher be the daybreak.
Black Friday.
Mine is the unknown diamond dust.
See, Major Day.
One of my favorite moves.
And my finisher is daybreak.
Okay.
The Daywalker.
So, gentlemen, all right. Before we close out, there is one more curse that I feel needs to be touched on.
Okay.
Because calm your Danhausen selves. And I want to mention this because, as far as like the mainstream goes, regardless of what stars are popular nowadays with the general public, there is a production being done right now. Focusing on the tragedy of one of the first families of wrestling. And that would be the Von Erichs.
Yep.
Yeah.
That is a tragic curse.
Yes.
That is an unfortunately tragic curse.
Yeah, and it's a story that's being made into a movie called The Iron Claw, based on the move itself. It does have a great looking cast so far. In fact, MJF is in the movie.
Oh.
I don't know what other wrestlers they may be getting as talent for that, but when it comes to wrestling stuff, they always do get some actual wrestlers to throw into the thing, I guess, for legitimacy purposes and as far as stunts go. But I do want to read down, and this is courtesy of What Culture Wrestling, so thank you guys at What Culture from across the pond, who wrote up this thing on the Von Erich family. And I just wanted to go ahead and read it out to everybody, because I think a lot of people hear about the Von Erichs, but considering you don't have seen them in the ring in like decades, you don't really understand what this family had to deal with. And mind you, there are other families that have had tragedy. Look at the Guerreros, look at the Harts. But I think the Von Erichs, especially since they are being brought into the limelight,
The
should
Flair,
be noticed.
it's like aside from Charlotte, the Flair kids too.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. But again, that's the thing. You see Rick and you see Charlotte, and you don't think about the rest of it.
Yeah, it's like you don't realize that there were like 2 or 3 others.
Right. Same thing with the Guerreros. I mean, there are some Guerreros, whether it be Chavo Senior, Chavo Junior. Rey Mysterio certainly flies the flag for the Guerrero family. Dominic to an extent, a very very small extent. And even the Hearts, you still have Natalia out there, and DB Smith, Davy Boy's son. You still have some lineage out there doing things. But as far as the Von Erichs, the last person I saw was Lacey Von Erich in TNA, and she did not do anything for the name.
Nope, which is unfortunate because they had like a family lockdown.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh my gosh.
Especially back when there were territories.
Mm-hmm.
So let me go ahead and just scroll down this for you, everybody. The Von Erich family history is so tragic in such a fascinating way that it's strange to think that nobody thought to make an upcoming Iron Claw movie currently in production before now. And it is true. I mean, if you were going to go ahead and make a movie about anything, I mean, yeah, we did get the movie about Soraya's family.
Yeah.
Fighting with my family. But outside of that, what else has there been besides the wrestler with the Ram?
Nacho Libre.
Just no, we don't count Nacho Libre.
That movie doesn't exist.
All right.
Fine. Samson versus the Vampire Women.
Okay, quit. Stop it.
All right.
We're trying to be serious.
All right. Serious ones, yeah.
Okay. So yeah, just to scroll through here about the screenwriting and everything. The lone survivor of the Fritz clan, Kevin Von Erich, had this statement to make. I used to have 5 brothers. Now I'm not even a brother.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Fritz Von Erich's first son, Jake Atkinson Jr., was accidentally electrocuted at the age of 6.
Ooh.
David Von Erich, his third son, died in 1984. The official cause of death was acute erythrometrius, but the belief within the wrestling industry, whether true or otherwise, was that drugs were a heavy contributing factor, which, yes, you could say that for a lot of wrestlers, drugs have done them in over time. Right. That's just the culture, unfortunately, back in those days. Kerry Von Erich, the fourth son, died by suicide in 1993, by which point an overwhelming sadness and grief haunted what remained of the family. As per Bret Hart's autobiography, Kerry believed that his late brothers were calling him. Imagine having that kind of mental trauma.
Ugh. Well, it's like you lose so many family members beforehand. It's just
Mike Von Erich, Fritz's fifth, died after he ingested a fatal dose of tranquilizers in 1987 when, after suffering the life-altering effects of toxic shock syndrome 2 years prior, he no longer possessed the physical strength to continue his wrestling career. Chris Von Erich died by suicide in 1991. He never was able to wrestle with the incandescent babyface fire of his heartthrob brothers. Imagine being in your brother's shadow. Constantly injured as a result of brittle bones, locked in a perpetual state of grief and tragic, unrealized ambition, he shot himself. Now, imagine all of that happening to your family. I mean, like they say, the story needs no embellishing, but locker rooms, always on the cell, created apocrypha around it nonetheless. As the urban legend goes, Fritz, who achieved notoriety by adopting a Nazi gimmick, was confronted by a Holocaust survivor who lost all of his sons and could only wish Fritz knew his pain. So if you want to believe that all this was cursed onto his family just because of Fritz's Nazi gimmick, whew. I mean,
Ugh.
that's
Yeah,
just a hell of a
that's
way
a
to start.
downer.
Yeah.
That's a downer. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
Tag.
So, I
Ew.
mean, I think it's fair to say that as far as curses go,
That's like that's just tragedy.
right, and
Like, oh, that's
from
like
what I
you
see
can't
here, as far
imagine
as the
that.
cast goes, it looks like the majority of people will be highlighted here. They have Zach Efron as Kevin Von Erich, Jeremy Allen White, who you may know from Hulu's The Bear.
Mm-hmm.
He's
Bear.
Carrie. Harris Dickinson as David. Holt McCauley as Fritz. They also has Maura Tierney and Lily James in it. And that's not even going on the IMDb. I can only imagine how many people are on there from that.
Yeah.
So they are trying to get like enough of a star-studded cast for this sort of thing. So this way it does play up the story and gets eyes on it.
Right.
Which, if I do go to their IMDb, it looks like, do they have a date set? It's expected.
Ooh.
Why you would do this for a Christmas movie, I don't know.
Wow.
But I mean, if you want to call curse on anybody,
Ugh.
you call curse on the Von Erichs.
Ugh.
No family should have to go through what they went through, and I can only imagine, again, in a different world, a different universe, how the Von Erichs probably could have played out into their careers.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's just,
It's tragic.
Yes.
I mean, I could go into the other things, wrestling curses that will chill your blood. It's basically other things about people's deaths, whether it be the unlucky number 14 of the Royal Rumble,
Mm-hmm.
the people that have done music for Triple H.
Yep.
Definitely something to read. Just Vince's failed outside wrestling achievements. Anything Vince does
This
outside
is
of
the
wrestling.
XFL.
Oh, the XFL, that whole
That's good
bodybuilding
shit.
thing.
Oh, the music video.
WWE
that
New
one's
York,
just goofy.
which I'm sad is gone. I love that place.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
yeah,
that was
WWE New York was great.
yeah. That was the smartest thing Vince ever did.
Absolutely, and it's a shame that it's gone.
Yeah.
It's just too expensive, no doubt. But yeah.
But yeah,
But
those are just a
Yep.
few of the curses that hang over wrestling, ladies and
and
gentlemen.
we haven't even gotten into the SummerSlam results.
What's to get into? They've jumped the shark with Roman. Io Sky is the
Same
only one that
old
really won
shit
a
with
belt.
Roman.
Everyone else defended.
Yep.
And I feel
Yeah, it
bad
was.
for Ricochet's fiance.
Jesus
Yeah,
Christ.
yeah. Nah, it's like it SummerSlam. While a lot of the matches were pretty good, it's just it just feels like it. It felt like the same old shit.
Well, I'd think definitely towards the end
Specifically
when
for
it
the
came to
Roman
like
Reigns
bigger
one.
matches.
Specifically for the Roman one, the Io Sky cash-in was great. That
Right.
was that I think got the loudest pop of the night.
Right.
Yeah, but
But
for
the
a lot
Sheamus
of it,
match,
it was just the same old
nothing.
like the Finn Balor one, like the Finn Rollins one. That one should absolutely have been a title change. But no. Instead, now we're just gonna have a team, an inner quarrel team breakup again.
Yeah,
because
people
God
don't know
forbid a
how
faction lasts
to.
longer that isn't helmed by Roman Reigns.
Yeah, it wasn't the best pay per view, and now I think only people can look forward to All In now.
Yeah.
As being the next possible draw, because I think now that, I mean, let's face it, WWE was kind of riding a bit of a high.
Oh yeah.
After WrestleMania, when it came to like Backlash and the pay per views that came after.
Well, it's because they kept putting out good storylines, and now rather than keep riding that momentum, they're like, oh no, we got to break everything up. We got to keep things stagnant. We got to mix things up where they
We got to wait
don't
till
need to be mixed.
WrestleMania. We got to push everything till then. It's like no.
Yeah, no. It's like yeah, WrestleMania is your biggest show, no doubt. SummerSlam is your second biggest show, so this should be the big draws.
Right.
And I will say they hyped up the Roman J match, but then they just proved that it's like there was no chance in hell of Jay winning again
Yeah, but
because
here's
God
the thing.
forbid.
I could understand if it was like the same old tricks that Roman had been using, but the fact that Jimmy,
Yeah,
it's like now they're just circling the drain.
yeah,
Right.
and it's like you're like, what's the point of this? It's like of all the people to, it's like I understand that it's like, oh, this is a great swerve. No one expected it, but it's like, why? It's like, what's the point?
There is no point.
It's like you could have saved this for later after maybe as some miracle he might win the title or
Yeah.
whatnot, or have him come back and interfere on his behalf to build up that camaraderie and then maybe have a betrayal rather than just a whoop, LOL, surprise, Roman wins.
No, this is where it gets into dangerous territories of soap opera niche.
It's lame.
It was lame.
It's
They
lame.
could have just let Jay win the belt.
Well,
And
Jay didn't need to win the belt, but they could have had a different way of finishing it rather than just now it's like, oh, guess what? Now they're not going to be involved anymore because they're going to have a sibling rivalry storyline. So now we're just going to feed someone else to Roman in the meantime, to hold them over till WrestleMania.
The
It's
thing is, you
the
still could have
same
had
old
Jay
shit.
win, and he would have won by disqualification because Jimmy got involved.
Exactly. Yeah, fine. A win by disqualification.
But the
that
fact
would have
that
been so much
pulled
better.
him out, took him out, and then threw him back in, and Roman still got the pin. There was
LOL,
no
Reigns
reason
wins.
to make that kind of dominance.
right.
LOL, Reigns wins again.
But yeah, this is why I didn't necessarily want to focus on SummerSlam, because SummerSlam has come and gone, and better to look towards things to the future.
Which is fine, but it's also good to do a recap.
I know, but hopefully AEW will be able to service us more properly at the end of the month.
Right.
Out of curiosity,
by the look of it-
who won the predictions? I think Day may have gotten the best one because I picked a few more upsets, so I lost a lot of them.
I will say the women's match did kind of screw me because I really wanted Asuka to retain.
Yeah,
But
oh,
I
no.
called it. I called
Yeah.
it. I said Bianca Belair will win, but Io was going to cash in.
See, I had
with an asterisk.
I had it was going to be LOL Charlotte wins just to get another title run with the Money in the Bank. So we correctly predicted the Money in the Bank cash in,
Yeah.
but Day got the right winner. Ideally, I would have still wanted Asuka to win, but
well, I mean, I think we also predicted Logan was winning.
We knew that one was going to happen.
Winning.
We knew Reigns was going to win.
We knew Gunther was retaining.
Yeah. So it's like a lot of them were just like, yeah, we knew.
But yeah, but I think it was that women's match.
We thought Finn was going to cash. We thought Finn. Most of it, I thought Finn was going to win, or at the very least, Priest would cash in.
But
in either one of the titles,
still regardless.
Yeah, but no, it's just ended up now. Great, now we have another internal conflict storyline. Whoopity doo.
So yes, Day, I suppose you possibly win.
I think he did, and the prize for winner, I guess, will go with Major Day.
Thank you. Come on, say it right.
Eyes all together.
Say it right. Come on.
Does the Major have to go before Day?
Yes.
Can we say Davion Major Bussy?
No. Major Day.
I think Major Bussy is better.
No. Major Day.
Major Bussy.
No. Major
Bussy.
Major what?
Major Bussy.
Major look.
This is gonna be a clip. Major Bussy.
I'm gonna say Major. I will go with Major Day.
Thank you.
Fine. It'll be 2 versus 1 anyways then.
All right.
So a handicap match.
Ryan, say it. Say it, Ryan.
Major.
I was waiting for you to cut the stream right there.
Don't
As
tempt
you were
me.
saying it.
No,
Don't tempt me.
Say it, Ryan. Come on.
Okay, fine.
And that's our show, folks. This is Davion. That's Kyle. Oh, wrong way. Kyle. And
No, you don't get to do the closing.
You ran. He ran to the back. He ran to the back and he came back with a chair.
Yes,
Oh,
just like
my
Unk down in Montgomery, Alabama. I
No,
came
no.
in with the chair and I just went on him.
See, ladies and gentlemen, I did not say nothing about Alabama. These two guys did, and they're
I
white.
didn't say anything.
I'll say, dude, you want to know how much I care? That fight was better than anything at SummerSlam. All right?
Riverboat
If we
Mania.
could have done a recap play-by-play on that, I would have. But I don't think we can legally do that. Folks, if we can legally do that, let us know in the comments and we will do that next week. Because that was a hell of a match.
We'll do a play-by-play of the fight.
No,
That was a rumble.
my dude jumped off the boat, swam.
Michael D.
16 years
Phelps there.
old.
Yes.
All right, that's better than Dominic.
We had Scuba Gooding Jr.
Scuba Gooding Jr. Damn, that plus Unk is a tag team right there.
Yo,
Scuba Gooding Jr. and Unk. Just UNC with the chair.
dude kept smacking people with the chair.
Dude, man. He came in like he was going for the ECW championship, just like whap. You know,
What?
So ending it on a happier note, for sure.
Yes.
yeah, I know. I brought it down with the Von Erichs, but I'm bringing it back with Unk.
Ladies and
Unk's my
gentlemen,
guy. Sign
Michael
him
D.
to a
Phelps.
contract. Put him in developmental. And on that note, folks, that is Day. That is Kyle. I am Ryan. We are Jabronis United. Stay humble.